Modern culture is defined by instantaneous binaries, success or failure, wealth or poverty. With no middle ground, we believe life's outcomes drop from a magical, ready-made box, expecting the result without the process required to reach it. This demand for a frictionless existence is exactly why modern popular music and media can feel so bland. The music industry often negates our capacity to imagine or create by offering a leveled-out artistic output, one designed for passive consumption rather than active engagement. By expecting life to be a series of ready-made deliveries, we have created a culture that lacks the resilience required to handle even basic difficulty. There is a common narrative that younger generations are doomed to lives of confusion and unrequited effort because the world has become too difficult to navigate. At the same time, we treat aging as nothing more than a descent into sickness. Both perspectives rely on the individual accepting a passive, default state, merely waiting for life to happen rather than acting upon it. We have to ask if this stagnation is an inevitability of the modern world, or if the missing element is simply individual agency. If we look through the lens of history, the ready-made illusion quickly falls apart. Figures who achieved lasting impact did so at a high cost, often involving years of personal and familial sacrifice. The ingredient often missing from modern discussions about despair is the reality of deliberate, grueling work. Life was never a smooth trek to nirvana. Acknowledging the pitfalls and the drawbacks is the only way to move past the expectation of a good-enough existence. The poet Rainer Maria Rilke proposed a framework for navigating this difficulty. Rilke suggests that before we begin, we are sent out by our senses and commanded to go to the farthest edge of desire. At that edge, you must let everything happen to you, both the beauty and the terror. This exposure to extremes acts as a filter. By surviving both the beauty and the terror, you stop being a generic consumer and start becoming a distinct individual, one with a specific role that no one else can occupy. Once you recognize that you are distinct, you have to steel yourself for the failures that come with fulfilling a mission that is yours alone. I once passed a man begging outside a store and found him in the exact same spot 3 hours later. He was static. It forced the question, could this be me? The answer was no. Inaction guarantees a static existence. If I sit and wait, life will simply pass me by. With action, however, there is a reaction. It is the physical mechanism that forces the world to respond to your presence. Whether the reaction to your effort is positive or negative matters less than the fact that a reaction occurred. You now have a reality you can navigate and respond to. The physics of a lived life require us to move from passive observation to active, relentless effort. This means rejecting the role of a wage slave and reclaiming the ability to think critically about our own position. Ultimately, there is no one else to take the first step for you. You are the only person who can choose to get on the train. Every day is a distinct set of hours that will never return. It is a window of influence that remains closed until you decide to push through it and exert your will.